Okay, I guess we're finally live. I'm so sorry that took so long. It has been a wild time. I had to connect through hotspot, and for some reason it didn't want to work for like 5 minutes. But you know what? We powered through it, and now here we are. So what's up, everybody? My camera is shit, so I look like shit. But yeah, this is me in my bedroom set. Welcome back. Thanks. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get some action in the algorithm, even though I'm very late. Very late, very late. I wish I could figure out, there it is, outage map. I'm gonna see if there's like any ETA on when they're gonna have internet back up at my house because this is so bogus. I hate having to connect to a hotspot in the PC right now. Okay, give me just a minute. I'm going to load up Discord in my browser. So give me a minute to get over there. Everything's going to take a little bit longer because I'm connecting through hotspot, so just keep that in mind. By the way, thank you. If you were watching my stream earlier and you came in here because you were waiting for it, thank you so much for being patient with me. I am so happy to see you guys in here. Looking forward to having some interesting conversations. Let me see here. Holy goodness. The outage map is crazy for my area. Oh, that is insane. Well, alrighty. No update there, and I don't imagine I'll get one. Phoebe, how do you determine between stolen land mindset and eternal? What? How do you? I feel like. All right, so I am currently bringing this here in the background. I'm sorry, it's kind of boring for you guys here. I'll turn on something to listen to while we're waiting for things to get going. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It really does. It is awesome, and it makes me feel good. Let's see. Can we get some nice lo-fi music? Let's see what that sounds like. Hopefully there's not too much lag. I think there's going to be a little bit just because, like I said, I'm on a hotspot, so we're bound to get this. Well, I'm assuming they'll start playing in here in a minute. Here before the woke right? The woke right. That's an interesting term. I don't know if I've heard of it before. Right now it's cutting up pretty bad for me. No. Oh. For me, phone. It is pretty hard to do stuff if like my connection doesn't start working a little bit faster. Holy shit. I want basic music in the background, but I have pressed it and it's not. Let's see if Discord ever. Just waiting to get Discord pulled up in the browser. This is mesmerizing. I'm sure this has to be mesmerizing. I wish that my technical difficulties did not inconvenience my audience in such a profound and distinct manner. Hey, there we go. That worked quickly. Oh my goodness, now stuff's starting to work fast. Oh, yes. Yay! Are we gonna make things work? Is things gonna be operative? Is things gonna be good? Will they do good? Come on, Discord. I'm just gonna reload it. You know what? The internet's connection seems to be stabilizing for a minute, so we're just gonna reload Discord. We're gonna see if it works. Let's see. It reloaded, and now the screen has changed color. So that's a good sign. Oh, it changed shade again. That's a good sign too. Oh, I'm getting a Discord loading symbol. Oh my god, this is yes. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. All right. So there's my Phoebe. There's my fan club. Okay, so I will post the link to the server in the chat real quick. And if you would like to get in the queue, then you can join the server and yeah. So basically, if you want to be one of the call-ins, join the Discord server that I have linked in the YouTube chat, and just wait in one of the text channels, and whenever there's not someone in the voice channel, you can sit in there, or even if there is somebody, but I'm just going to be, it'll be a first come, first serve basis. It'll be whoever I see in there first, so, you know, it'll be roughly managed. You can hang out in the general chat if you want, though. The voice channels, the general voice channel is what I'm trying to say. I just can't talk. Okay, let me see here. Hold on. Allow. Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Just you understand that YouTube has a terms of service and that there's certain things that we can't say online, right? Okay, so you get the basic idea then. That's all I really need to confirm, is that you're not gonna, you know, scream the N-word or like call for the death of a politician or something. I will DM you the link to my StreamYard studio. No matter what device you're on, you can join it. It doesn't matter if you're on mobile or desktop, it'll work. Alrighty. Cool. Sorry, it just took me a second. Yeah, no, you don't have to turn your camera on. Let's see here. Message. Here you are. There's the link. And I will see you in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and hang up off of here. All right. We back. This proof we lost World War II 100%. They say that after the war, the Nazis vanished without a trace, but battalions of fascists still dream of a master race. The history books, they tell of their defeat in 45, but they all came out in the woodwork on the day the Nazi died. Don't be telling Listen, Taylor, don't be telling stories out of school, okay? What's up, bro? Just scrolling through and thought I'd say hi. Well, hi. I hope you join us for a while. We're about to have a live call-in. Hello, hello?
Howdy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can
Howdy.
everybody else hear them? I'm sure they can, actually. I'm sure they can.
I can't see the chat right now, so I guess you check. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can hear you, so they can hear you. Yes,
Alrighty.
my chat has confirmed they can indeed hear you.
Alrighty, so I'm Rachel. I'm an anarcho-syndicalist. Well, still trying to figure out what specifically variation of leftism I am. I've bounced between a few different ideologies here and there, like Trotskyism and all that. And you said you're a market socialist, correct?
In the near term, I think that there's a difference between what I would like to see if I'm able to extrapolate like some future consequence or outcome, and like what I think we can achieve within my lifetime. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's just the issue I have mainly with market socialism is, and you look at China, and I mean, it's not just the authoritarian aspect I have an issue with. I mean, I have issues with, like, I don't like Stalin, for example, but like with market socialism specifically, it's a hybridization of capitalism and socialist economics. And if you look at China, they're becoming more socially conservative, you know.
Right.
So they seem to be drifting away from socialist policies in favor of capitalism. Is Dangism, market socialism, it's trying to be two things at once, and it's going into one instead of the other. Like, it feels like they're more favoring the corporations over the working class in China.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree that this has been occurring, at least in China, but I don't know exactly what road we're being led down here. I think I might have to have a little bit more context. So, like, when I say I want market socialism, I mainly mean that I want to see that as like as like a way to train people's minds on the idea that human needs can and should be paid for through taxes, and it's a way of like using the collective labor of society to uplift the whole, right? And that gets people accustomed to the idea. Once you got them accustomed to that idea, I think that like if you maintain the positive energy in that direction, you eventually get people wanting like the next natural.
You cut out after you said natural. You're on my end, your microphone's not working. I can hear the music, but sorry. Da-da-da.
Well, I had to switch to my worst microphone because
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
I forgot to charge my microphone, so
I understand. I mean, my mic quality may be bad. I'm using like a earbud mic.
that's not much better than what I'm using. It's at this point I'm just relying on a webcam mic. But anyway, so what I was trying to say is like when I say I want market socialism, I don't necessarily mean that I want to emulate any given country on the planet's exact system right now. I more mean that I want to acclimate people to the idea that we can pay for common necessities that all of humanity shares through collective effort via taxation, and by spending those taxes like in a smarter way. Once you get people used to the idea of paying for one another's common humanity, as long as you like maintain the effort, you can expand that into a lot of different directions. I think the main reason why, for example, that we didn't see a continued like socialization and uh, like a continued um, uh, trajectory towards leftist political bent in this country
Mhm.
after the labor revolutions of the 30s and the anti-war movements and the civil rights movements of the 60s is because after the victories achieved in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, it started to. I think the leftist movement kind of uh, took a position of like relaxed, uh, comfortable, sanctimonious uh, settlement. I don't know how else to put it.
Mhm.
Where it's just like, well, we've done all we need to do, and we've made all the arguments we need to make. And there's a lot of reasons I'm sure behind that. But I think that if that energy had been sustained, I mean, we might live in a country that has universal healthcare right now. It's just that people basically like largely stopped fighting in a collective way for leftist
Mhm.
ideas around the mid 70s.
Yeah. Well, that's mainly due to the first and second Red Scares, and I mean, the most
Those definitely had a
major
big effect.
force pushing for that. Yeah, and I mean, one of the major forces pushing for that change was the Communist Party USA, and it has its own issues.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's like I'm not a big fan of like trying to defend the like super organized elements of like the communist left as as it's existed in the
Mhm.
last like 70 years, because I feel like a lot of times it involves in defending a lot of like Soviet influence on American leftist politics. I think that you can
Mhm.
come to a an incredibly leftist and pro-socialist position without having any love for the Soviet Union or any of its weird satellite parties, of which the Communist Party of
Yeah.
the USA largely was one.
It does feel like, I mean, Stalin has Stalinist ideas have way they're just way too permeated in a lot of like every
And a lot of
socialist party
leftist
because
activism, yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, because it's in an age of it's the same reason why the right is turning to Nazism, right? In an era of polarizing tension, you're going to get that kind of polarization affecting people on both sides of the political aisle. Everybody's kind of looking at authoritarianism right now and wondering, what if I turned this towards my particular idea of a,
Well,
you know, utopian future society? That's why I think the anarchist influence on the left that's been
well,
growing is such an important and beautiful thing to see.
well, I mean, like I was yeah in the current day, but I mean like historically as well. Like just Stalinism has permeated everything. Like I mean, Stalin was an opportunist, and Trotsky was Lenin's intended successor. You know.
Right. Well, I've always
So
said that the Soviet Union might have been a successful country if Lenin had executed Stalin instead of the anarchists.
hmm
Yeah,
um
you're not gonna find any disagreement with me there. Yeah, no, I definitely agree that Stalinism has permeated into a lot of leftist movements in the United States. But that's why I think it's the duty of people like me and you to involve ourselves in local politics, to involve ourselves in community organizations and things like that, and to have conversations where we talk about why it's a good idea to believe in um, the organization of people along class lines for common interests and for democratic solutions from the ground up, you know?
hmm it's just we don't really have. I mean, I see people all the time talking about organizing and this and that. Telling people to join the Revolutionary Communists of America or the American Communist Party or Democratic
Or the
Socialists of
Democratic
America.
Socialists, or, right. Or the,
And
like, Socialist Rifle Association, right.
it's just they never do anything. Like
Well,
if you look at like on the other side, like the far right, you have groups like, you know, I know this isn't like,
Like Turning
the
Point USA or
same.
the Proud Boys or the Patriot Front.
Yeah, Tiny Thomas and his Patriot Front. And even beyond that, you have like even scarier shit like, Adam Waffen and all that. You don't have anything like that on the left. It's all like right wing people. Like they're the ones like, you know, I'm not saying people should like copy their tactics or anything, because no, those people are fucking evil. But like you have you don't see this like major mass groups of people like organizing and stuff like on the left that you do on the right.
I mean, I've heard of this a lot. I've heard a lot of people make this argument, but I'm not actually sure that it's 100% true. Give me 1 second. I'm doing a little bit of research here. So, if you had
Alright.
to assume, what would you guess would be an equivalent organization to the Democratic Socialists of America in terms of size?
In terms of size, hmm, I guess
If you had to
I guess
guess.
I would maybe say like PragerU. I don't know if that's. I mean, it's a different type of organization. But I'd say
Yeah,
probably
like
size
I'm
would be
thinking more like a
PragerU.
political movement kind of thing, something that's like, PragerU doesn't exactly recruit people to go do demonstrations. You know what I mean? Would you think that they're like the equivalent of Turning Point USA, or would you think they're like the equivalent of like the Proud Boys, or what would you guess?
I would guess Turning Point USA, but I feel like Turning Point USA has like twice as many members, and we don't really have left-wing groups like the Proud Boys or Patriot Front or all them.
Well, when you say we don't have any groups like that, what do you mean?
Well, you know how Tiny Thomas is, how he's got his like all his men goose stepping, and marching out with flags and stuff. Like, I guess, like, showing as a show of force that they're there and walking around, with these Confederate flags and flags like that. Like, you don't have an equivalent organization that's doing something like that on the left.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see
So
groups like the League of the South, you know.
So I want to share something with you real quick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but if not, I'll illustrate. So there's two things that I'm going to share. So first is this one. The Democratic Socialists of America has reached a membership milestone of 100,000 members as of February 7, 2026, according to the organization's official
Mm.
announcement. This marks the largest membership in DSA's history, driven by a surge following the 2016 Bernie Sanders presidential campaign and further growth after the 2024 election of New York City Mayor Mamdani, a longtime DSA member. This is compared to the membership numbers of the Patriot Front, which I also pulled up. Patriot Front's membership numbers have varied in estimates over time and depend on how membership is defined, but internal communications from late 2021 indicated approximately 220 to 230 active members, with leader Thomas Rousseau noted a membership rut at that level. So it's like, it seems like they're more out there
Well,
because right wing groups are way more willing to go get press for doing crazy, extreme, and loud shit. But I think
I,
there's actually a lot more leftist groups like engaging in activism. We're just
I,
not as clear and obvious about it, I think.
I didn't explain that the right way. I mean, I guess a more equivalent group to like the DSA would be like Turning Point USA. Patriot Front, there's not really a left wing equivalent of the Patriot Front or the League of the South, or
Well, yeah, but
these
I think
different
that
groups
that's
like that.
because like the left has entirely different goals than the right does. I mean, the right is all about like
Mm.
preserving these long time archaic traditions, and a lot of these groups like the League of the South. I mean, it's, if I remember correctly, they're as much a Confederate preservationist org as they are a far right militant nationalist org. And all of this is tied in with this like giant web of like preservationist and traditionalist, like Nazi adjacent fucking Southern plantation owner bullshit, but
Yeah.
like, you're
I
not, like, I
guess
just feel like you're
what I
naturally not
mean
going to have
is,
groups that,
yeah.
what do you mean?
I mean, like, groups doing that specific kind of activism. Like, you know how, Tiny Thomas and his guys, they go out, they're marching in the street with these flags with their faces covered and, shouting and hitting drums. Like, what about, like, a scary version of that? Like, a less, like,
Like
having
Antifa?
people go out to say, Antifa's not even Antifa's not an organization. Like, you have people go out
No,
and
but it's a
flag talk, but
tactic.
not like,
It's a tactic,
yeah,
though,
but not like
and it
not like not like organized military style, like marching like that. Like, you don't see people going out like, we're fighting for your free healthcare and we're fighting for your rights, stuff like that.
No, I get what you're saying. I do think organizations like this exist. It's just that they're not. Um, there is the tendency to march around in the streets, shouting slogans with a very particular and obvious, like, membership cues and all this shit. I feel like it's a hallmark of the right, and it's kind of
Yeah,
uncommon to find it among people on the left because, like, among people on the left, like, you might have 7 or 8 different groups participating in a massive protest movement, but the only thing that really unites them is the fact that all of their signs have a common theme. Whereas with a lot of right wing group protests, they'll all wear the same fucking shirt, you know? Like, we've
yeah,
seen the videos. Like, they'll all wear the same shirt, they'll all have, like, the exact same signs, they'll all be chanting the exact same slogans. And that's because their movement is about homogenizing people. It's about stripping people's
yeah,
individualism away from them and making them creatures subservient to the will of the fascist leader at the top. Whereas leftist movements naturally are going to be more populist in nature. They're going to reflect a wider array of interests and narratives.
yeah. Um,
By the way, I'll let you, pick my brain for like 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna move on to another caller, if that's okay.
yeah, that's fine. Uh, I hear a lot of people when they specifically talk about like the Patriot Front specifically, like they talk about them being like feds and stuff like that. I don't really know if they are, but I wouldn't be surprised because have you heard about like this one guy, Joshua Sutter?
Yeah, I've heard about him. I don't know much about him, but yeah, I've heard about him.
Yeah,
Look him up real quick.
yeah, Joshua Caleb Sutter. Look him up on Wikipedia. I feel like a lot of people on the right, like, there aren't open about it, but a lot of people on the right are like that guy, like him and James Mason and all that. They like the right wing. It's just like the deeper you get into the right wing beliefs, the more like just heinous this shit becomes. Like, I'm not saying like your average your average Patriot Front guy isn't going to be like a esoteric Nazi or whatever. Like, the deeper someone gets into this stuff, the more deranged and abhorrent they become. And I guess you can even see it in his eyes. Like, if you look at photos of this guy, his eyes are like, there's just something. He looks possessed by a demon or some shit.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Yeah, so Joshua K. Sutter was born in 1981 in South Carolina. His father, David Sutter, was a Pentecostal minister and white supremacist activist. His father was a member of the Neo-Confederate group, the League of the South. Joshua Sutter became active in white supremacist circles as a teenager. So he was basically born to be a Nazi, born to a Nazi to be a Nazi, basically. It really just goes
Yeah,
to show you how generational hatred is, right? Let's see here. Was I
but
right about
he
what
was
this
getting
is? Yeah, I am.
what the
I
leagues. Yeah,
was.
they're kind of like Confederate Patriot Front. But
Yeah, they're
Joshua Sutter,
neo-Confederates.
he was getting he was a paid member of the FBI doing all the heinous shit he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, the FBI will work with all kinds of heinous scumfucks if you're willing to fucking tattle.
And he's just walking free right now. You know, if you could just
Yeah,
stumble into him in a Walmart in South Carolina.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of people like that. All kinds of people who've committed atrocities over the last fucking 50, 60 years that are just walking free, and they probably never will get an accountability. I mean, think about that dude that killed think about the dude who killed Renee Good. Like, they didn't even
Yeah.
open an investigation into her death. So there's a good chance that the ICE officer, the federal agent who gunned her down in the street like a dog, just walks free for the rest of his life. No accountability.
And speaking of these groups, now, I mean, you know Enrique Tarrio, they've already proved he's
Yeah.
he's a ICE agent now.
What?
I've been trying
I
to
did not know
find where I've
that.
seen. Oh, he is.
I'm gonna look that up. Holy
He's a
shit.
he's a member of ICE now. Now, I'm trying to find the video. I've seen it on Twitter. It was like a month or two ago, and it was like some people filming some ICE agents from their car, and you know, they were like picking up someone, and it was kind of too hard to see, but one of those ICE agents had like what is it? Not the SS bolts one, but it was like the like shield with the nuclear symbol on it. He had that
Okay,
tattooed on him.
so he's not a member of ICE. So what happened was, like, there's a watchdog organization that's basically keeping track of like pro ICE agitators
Mhm.
and ICE officers and shit like that alike. And he was listed as a propagandist agitator. But yeah, DHS has said that he was never hired by them. Snopes and Reuters have both rated the claim as false. So yeah, he's not an ICE agent,
Oh,
but understandable confusion.
oh, okay. I was seeing that people were saying that he was. I mean, but I mean, you have a lot
Yeah,
of
I mean,
members of like you have a
from
lot
what
of
I can
members of
tell, he's
people.
not.
Yeah, but you have like a lot of members of like Patriot Front, the Proud Boys. Like, I mean, you can even see it in their tactics where they're wearing these like face coverings, like Patriot Front,
Oh
and
yeah,
just
no,
all.
there like, let me say this: there definitely is a preponderance of people from organizations like the one Enrique Tarrio was running. I don't know if he is he still the leader of the Proud Boys. I don't know, but there's definitely plenty
Yes.
of Proud Boys and Patriot Front people and Boogaloo Boys and shit like that in the ranks of ICE
Well,
right now. Yes, 100%.
the Boogaloos are way different than the Patriot Front and the Proud Boys. Like they're nothing. Like they're nothing compared to them.
I've
Like, I mean,
always
you'll
heard
have
them
like
thrown in the same pot, but they may have some distinction I'm not aware of. I'll
the
admit.
Boogaloos during the protest, like the Black Lives Matter protest. A lot of Boogaloos went out to protect protesters from cops. They're
Oh well,
right wing
okay, then they're fine then.
libertarians.
They're
They're
fine
they're
then.
right they're right wing libertarians. You'll have a few that may have like you'll maybe have like a couple that are like have some bad beliefs, but the vast
Okay.
majority of them like there's a video of Mike Dunn where he's out there talking and giving a speech, and he's got like one of his members behind him holding a trans flag. So they're they're a more complicated organization. It's not like one specific organization. You know,
I got you. I got
yeah,
you. Cool, cool,
that
cool.
would be something I'd be looking into a bit more because they're
Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll look into it
yeah
for sure. Yeah, thank you for putting me up on that distinction. I did
yeah.
not realize that. Well, it has been a fun conversation. Hopefully
All
you're
right,
subbed to the channel and you can catch another one of these in the
I am.
future. I'm gonna see if there's
I
anybody
hope.
else on Discord that wants to pop in.
All right. I hope you have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much for popping in.
Bye.
Bye bye. Alrighty. So now we are going to move on to the next person in Discord. Once again, if you want to come in on the stream and argue with me about something, please consider joining the Discord. I'm about to share the link once again. Here you go. Nope, wrong link. Oops, wrong link. Gotta share the link once again. Da 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 da. All right, so yeah, just join this Discord and then join the general voice chat. I wonder, actually, you know what? I'm going to make a new voice channel. Stream guest vet. Stream guest vet. Okay. Let's see. It'll be voice. Create channel. Okay, so yeah, go to stream guest vet. Hey, Matt. Hello? 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 Yeah, can you hear me? Alrighty, well, I don't need to vet you. I'll just go ahead and shoot you the link. Alrighty. I'll message you. Alrighty. So we're going to have friend of the show, Matt Blank, on. He's come on to argue with me a few times. We're going to limit him to 20 minutes, just like we did Rachel, and then we will see what happens from there. Thank you guys for watching so far. Consider donating if you have, a little bit of pocket change in your, pocket and you want to support your local trans girl. Please consider doing so. What's up, Matt? Hello?
Hello? Let me try to get my microphone closer to my face. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, there you go. Now I can hear you.
One second.
Okay, yeah, I actually need 1 second as well. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. Now I'm back.
Hello. All right. We are back. Am I coming in clear?
Yes. So
Great.
why am I wrong?
About
what am I wrong about? I don't know. You got to tell me. You're the one who wanted to come on the debate show.
Oh, I forgot it's debating.
No, you're fine. You're fine. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know if I could win in a debate against you. I'm not that knowledgeable.
No, you're fine. You're smarter than me sometimes. What do you want to talk about?
You could tell me completely bullshit and I would probably believe it.
Well, I can say it convincingly. That's my superpower.
So okay, I'll send it to you on Discord. I brought it up earlier, and you said you would have to look it up to fact check and stuff. But yes,
Let me see here.
I want to talk about some Epstein stuff.
I'm definitely down to talk about some Epstein stuff. It does make good content, Potter. Let's see here. Let's see here. So we got Texas businessman running for office owns Epstein Sorrow Ranch in Santa Fe County. Let's see here. Yeah, this is what you were talking about, right?
That is correct. So
I'll just read through the
Yeah,
basic gist of it. The family of Texas businessman and politician Donald Huffins owns the late Jeffrey Epstein Zorro Ranch in southern Santa Fe County, which was purchased in 2023 by a limited liability company created just a month before the purchase. Huffins, a former GOP state senator from Dallas, is now running a high-profile campaign for comptroller, a statewide office in Texas overseeing state financial matters. Records obtained by the New Mexican also show the ranch has been renamed San Rafael Ranch, and its address, formerly 49 Zorro Ranch Road, is now 49 Rancho San Rafael Road. The change was made in 2024. Interesting.
So, what's even more interesting is that in the past, I don't know if he's planning to let people in, but in the past, when people would want to do investigations of the property and search it and seize any evidence, he's basically blocked them from doing so. So Zorro Ranch is the same place where you've heard about like grape and stuff like that, inbreeding, and it's famously thought to have a ultrasound machine,
like an ultrasound to
check for pregnancy.
Right. Okay. So that's pretty fucking creepy.
And Don Huffins is a creep himself. Let's look. Maybe we can figure out some stuff about Don Huffins.
Yeah, let's look up who Don Huffins is, because I don't know anything about him. Let's see. Don Huffins. Yeah, that's the next logical leap to take here. So, yeah.
Huffins.
Let's see. Don Huffins. Ooh, edited an hour ago. Let's see. Donald Blaine Huffins, American politician, businessman from Texas, co-owns and operates Huffins Communities Real Estate Development Company. Oh, my God, he's a real estate developer. I hate him already. Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, conservative Tea Party Republican. Of course he fucking is. Huffins represented District 16 in Texas Senate from 2015 and 2019. So basically, he's a corporate zombie who's been sapped of his human goodwill and soul by the forces of corporate greed. Great.
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Beautiful.
A long time ago.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see. He founded the Huffins Liberty Foundation, a fiscally conservative Texas think tank. He's published numerous op-eds within the foundation in the Houston Chronicle and Dallas Morning News on property taxes, so he's an anti-property tax guy. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm wondering, I want to know what connections he has to Epstein. Ooh, you know what we can do? You know what we could do that might be really fucking useful and really cool and good, and we're going to do it right now? Let's search the Epstein library, shall we? Let's do it live.
So
okay, let's do it live.
While you're doing that, so Epstein also similarly in the 1990s ran for comptroller in that same state.
Oh, interesting.
And I read somewhere, I don't know, I may be mistaken on this, but the comptroller has access to children's personal information, images.
I don't know. I don't know. As far as I know, a comptroller is just a financial record-keeping position, but I may be wrong about that.
Let me fact check that because I'm not sure either. The U.S. Comptroller General has authorization access to student educational records.
Now that could be a problem.
Child welfare and abuse records and state level records.
Do what?
He has access to child welfare and abuse records.
Yeah, that is pretty creepy, especially considering of the ranch he just took fucking ownership of.
So it would make sense for one to know where the abused children are already, right?
Right. So interestingly enough, a search of the name Huffins in the Epstein library brings up no results.
I think is it Huffins or Huffmans? Don Huffman.
It's Huffines. It's
Huffine.
Huffins.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's Huffman. Huffman. I think. Donald Huffman? Oh, maybe that's a different person.
Yeah, that might be a different person.
Ranch. Don.
The person that owns the Zero Ranch is definitely named Don Huffines. Huffins, I think, is how it's actually pronounced.
Oh, Huffins. Huffins, you're right. Donald Huffins.
Yeah.
Right? Let me paste it. Huffins.
Yep.
So I don't know if there's anything in the Epstein files about him that's come out yet.
Not yet. No, not based on the search I just did.
Is there like a search place you can search names for Epstein information?
Huh?
Oh, I thought, is there like a website where you can search? Is there like a .gov that you can search Epstein information?
Yeah. It's the Epstein library. Yeah. I'll send you the link. I'll send it to you on Discord.
Do we trust information that's in the .gov? Isn't like a lot of that like
that
censored?
It's the only access that we as members of the public have to the Epstein files. Basically, it's the only way you can get direct access to them.
That's probably true.
But yeah, even if you search Trump, that brings up 4,727 results, which is in the redacted files, and that's down from the original number of times that his name would come up when at the peak of unredactedness and everything, his name came up more times than Jesus Christ's name comes up in the Bible.
So, what actually went down on Zoro Ranch? Let's look up that next. Epstein, what happened at Zoro Ranch?
Yeah, let's just find out.
Oh, this is breaking. 4 hours ago, New Mexico lawmakers launched sweeping investigation in Epstein Ranch. So it's happening.
Shit!
I'll send you that.
Shit! They're gonna force an investigation. Nice.
Here's that information.
Let's see here. Let's look at this real quick.
So this is new. 4 hours ago.
So, first impressions. Do we think that this group of lawmakers will be able to overpower this like Republican power broker and get them to be get themselves in a position where they can actually investigate this ranch, or do you think he'll stave them off?
I think unless he pays a judge to waive a warrant away, I don't think he has any. If he has some connections in high places to make it go away, maybe.
Let's see. New Mexico lawmakers launch investigation in the Epstein Ranch. New Mexico.
Oh, do you have to sign up for
that?
Hold on. Do I have like a? Oh, it's because I have a ad blocker. I don't. I can see what you're not seeing. Let me screenshot.
Let
me screenshot.
Hold on.
If that doesn't work, here's a screenshot. You can just.
Oh, I made it work. Blocking scripts made it work.
Let's go.
Let's see here. So, New Mexico lawmakers launched an investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's former Zoro Ranch Tuesday over allegations the late convicted sex offender trafficked and sexually abused girls and women at the sprawling property outside Santa Fe. So it's critical that the first investigations into what happened at the ranch provides a platform to uncover the truth about what happened there and for survivors to see justice. State Representative Andrea Romero tells Axios. The context. Epstein owned the property from 1993 until his 2019 death in a New York prison cell while awaiting trial on charges related to sex trafficking of minors, building a massive mansion on the site that spans across more than 7,600 acres.
Dude, think of how many
Holy
bodies
shit.
are probably buried out there in those
Oh my
acres.
god. I need to bring this up on maps just to give people some fucking,
Yeah, it's a shit load of land. It's a lot. You could hide a lot of bodies.
That is fucking insane. I'm going to, let's see here, Zorro Ranch. I bet there's coordinates. Yes, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Retard bar. Okay, let's see here. I'm pulling it up right now so that we can show the people exactly how much land that is. Holy shit. Okay.
Right.
So let me see. Let me do a quick math equation. I'm just going to see something real quick. Hold on. I'm sorry this is taking so long. I just want to make sure we get a good impression.
Take your time.
Okay. What the fuck? What are you doing? Okay. Okay, so let's see here. 3.45 miles. Okay, so now I know what to do. Okay, so here we go. Can you see this tab that I'm sharing, Matt?
I sure can.
Okay, so basically everything that's in my screen right now could be part of Zorro Ranch.
Oh yeah.
And that's an insane amount of land. Let's just fucking scroll out a little bit. That is an absurd amount of land. That is a fucking giant. Out in the middle of God's great. Like, it's out in the middle of God's great nowhere, yeah. So, like, Klein's Corners is one of the fucking smallest little towns, and fucking, let's see here. I'm trying to figure out what is the closest place I've been to here.
Santa Fe? Santa Fe?
Yeah, I've been through Santa Fe. I've been up through Taos and shit. I've been to Bernalillo, which is only like
so
probably like 30 minutes to the west of it.
You're not as close, but you've driven past this place.
Yeah, basically. I've driven nearby to this place. I might have even driven on this highway, this 41 here. I don't remember specifically doing that, but it wouldn't surprise me. I spent a fucking ton of time in New Mexico.
It's a small world. So yeah.
Well, I'm sure Jeffrey Epstein saw in New Mexico the same thing I see in New Mexico, which is that it's a very remote place that's got a pretty agreeable climate most of the year.
Nobody's going to come bother you. Nobody's going to hear you scream either.
Right. The same things that make it attractive to me as someone who would want to grow her own weed and be kind of like off grid and kind of like rugged and shit is exactly what makes it appealing to somebody like Jeffrey Epstein too. And I mean, this is just an absurd, like, look how far out this is. I mean, this is a massive mansion to build in the middle of fucking God's great nowhere. And if you look at it, this is the kind of place that in order to even get to it, in order to even get to his house, you have to basically go. I mean, it hardly even makes sense how you fucking have to drive to get here. You have to go across a ridge, over and down a fucking arroyo and shit, and then all the way around, and it's nestled in this valley.
See right
behind
there?
everything.
Go down a little bit. Go down a little bit. Go down. You see what I see right there? That's a landing
What?
strip. That's a landing strip right there.
Oh my god, you're 100% right. That's a fucking landing strip. Oh my god, Matt, you're right. You're fucking right. That's a goddamn landing strip right there. Holy
So what's that landing
shit.
strip connected to?
There's a helipad at the end.
Yeah, helicopter, airplane. That probably holds a helicopter or an airplane in it, Cessna or something. What's at the end of
Oh my
that?
god. Yeah, these are just landing markers. This is an airstrip.
Yeah, what's that right there?
This is the entry gate. This is like probably
Zorro Ranch.
yeah. So this is the entry road. So in order to get in, oh yep, see this?
Yeah, it's probably gated and probably has guards.
Oh my god, yeah. So I guarantee you, yeah, this is probably staff housing out here, and the guards probably live out here.
100%, yeah. This is all within his property, is 7,000 acres.
Right. So once again, his house is all the way up here. All of this other like part of his complex is all the way down here, and the access gate is all the way down here. He's got a cow panel down here, a gate midway up here, and another gate that can be closed if needed all the way up here. So it's got 3 layers of security on it, in addition to the extra layer of security provided by this little outpost over here. Who knows what this shit is?
I would be subpoenaing anybody who lived in those housing and seeing what the hell they know.
You have to, right? You fucking have to. If these New Mexico lawmakers don't do that, then they're in dereliction of duty. Oh my god, you can tell, dude. This is a massive ridge line, right? Everything about this location screams, I don't want you to know I live here.
It's
I wonder
also
if we can see what it looks like.
by a mountain where you can't even see over the ridge of where that estate is.
Yeah, so let's just see here. Oh my god, see, this is just fucking God's great nowhere. Look at this shit.
Unless you drive to it, you're never going to know that ranch is there.
Yeah, literally, you would have no way of ever figuring that fucking shit out. Hold on. How do I...
Like, imagine somebody trying to escape. Where they're going to go? You know?
Right. No, I 100% agree. I just want to see what that gate complex looks like. Okay, so here's what the Epstein gate complex looks like. Let's see. Can I get this to go down? Can you go away now? Thank you.
I'm surprised they did not try to sue Google to have them remove this.
I'm shocked that it hasn't been removed yet. Yeah. So like I said, there's that first level of security, that first gate that is there in the middle, or I guess it's the second, really. But there's no like regular gate here. This is just a cattle panel that's designed to keep cows out, basically, and keep cows in. It looks like this might maybe be a functional ranch. I don't, you know what? No. On second thought, I don't think a fucking single cow is living here. Look at the fucking bad state of this barbed wire.
I don't see any dry shit, do you?
No, I don't see a single cow in the distance.
I wonder if those fences are electrified.
No, I can tell you just looking at them, they're not electrified fences. Those are barbed wire.
Yeah, good luck trying to jump over one of those, right?
I mean, honestly, barbed wire fences are actually surprisingly easy to scale as long as you're light. If you're light enough, you just have to position your feet and arms correctly. You might get a little scratched up as you fall down on the other side, but usually if you're going to get over a barbed wire fence, though, you'll just go to one of the fence posts and use the barbed wires like footholds to climb up the fence post. Sorry, this is like country kid shit. But, yeah, so let's just see here, dude. Yeah, you would never fucking know that there's anything back there. That's where the house is, you see? All the way back there.
So
so that's that guard outpost.
This is what somebody wrote on a Reddit post, so take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if it's fact checked or anything, but when asking like what was going on, like conspiracies or what people think is happening on that ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, I sent you a screenshot. I don't know if you want me to read it.
Oh, okay. Let me look. So the screenshot reads, absolutely, a constellation of things about the ranch. Has a sex cult nearby with Epstein and one of the leaders in communication. Has a big batch of small rectangular mounds of dirt and holes out in the back, visible on Google Maps. Women and girls from the nearby border town started disappearing once he moved in. Holy shit. Was fitted with volumes of tech and its own high-end transformers. The area of the ranch had a power draw of about 14 kilowatts per capita. Holy shit. In the rest of the USA, that is closer to 650 kilowatts. Is referenced in the files as a genetics and breeding facility with the capacity to breed 20 women at a time. What? What? Also had a huge amount of acid delivered to it. I'm specifically saying this because many dismiss the island sulfuric acid orders as needed for desalination. Was never investigated like at all. Is now owned by other people and groups referenced in the files. Holy fucking shit. Okay, so let's see if we can find anything about these rectangular mounds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, like those mountains.
Out back, yeah. It says out back. I mean, that could mean a lot of things, unfortunately.
Behind it, maybe? All that land right there?
This land?
No, that's probably the front of the complex. I think.
Okay.
Like back there, yeah.
Well, it's hard to tell with rich people houses.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the entrance. You see the driveway, right there.
Right.
No, that's the back entrance down. Right there. I believe that's the entrance.
You think this is the entrance?
I think so. I may be mistaken.
So where do you think we should go checking?
Or maybe that is the back. I can't really tell.
It is hard to tell, isn't it?
Do you see a road leading to that? That may be the back. That may be the back. You may be right. Yeah, that may be.
Well, because here, my thinking is like.
Yeah, that may be the front. You might be right.
Yeah, I think it is, because you know what? Oh, fuck. No, I don't know, though. It's really hard to tell with rich people houses. It's incredibly hard to tell. So let's just look at all four sides of it. Let's start out looking back here.
Maybe while you're doing that, I can Google these mounds and we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Zorro Ranch mounds.
I wonder if there's any other. While you're doing that too, I'm going to research something as well.
Would you like to see some high definition images of this property?
Yes.
Okay. Here's a better aerial view. Where is it? I'll just screenshot it.
Okay. Okay, so this makes things a little more clear. Yeah, all right. So this brings some clarity to what we were seeing before. So I'll open this in a new tab. Bring that over here.
Oh, are these the mounds you're talking about?
Where?
Copy. Are those the mounds?
That big long ridge?
Yeah. Right in the middle of those black squares, whatever those are. Is that what they're talking about?
I don't know. Maybe. That just kind of looks like a drain, like a. I don't know. That looks constructed to me, but not like a grave. Almost looks like a buried pipeline there through there.
Maybe. I don't know why they would make it easy to see from aerial view that there's burial mounds.
Right. It seems to me like that'd be kind of a. Plus, it'd be redundant if you're burning them with. If you're disposing of them with acid, then why would you be burying?
I think they're talking about the island had some acid brought over. But I mean, they would just have to have like an incinerator, you know.
Right. No, fair enough.
We could probably pivot to ice and the detention center making an incinerator. Did you see that?
I saw Kyle cover something about it, but
Detention center incinerator.
I kind of want to stay on this for a minute, but we can go
for
to
sure.
something else if we want to.
No. We can stay on this. We can.
I'm just fascinated by the idea that there's more here than, like, I bet there's more here, and if we keep looking for, like, what else is here, I feel like we might find something. You know,
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
But I know Google is known for blocking out places they don't want you to see, like military bases and stuff like that.
Right.
None of that's Google.
Right, but it doesn't seem like they've gotten to this yet.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't.
I mean, I'm sure that they're going to eventually, but that's part of why I want to keep looking, is because I'm like convinced that there's something in here that we're just not seeing.
Follow your nose. Follow your nose.
See, this fucking weird. Oh, whoa! What is this?
Farming, I think. Yeah, I think those are just plots.
Of what?
Whatever you grow out in Mexico. I have no idea.
I mean, there's nothing. There's no other structure like this on the property.
It's pretty far away. Is it within the 7,000 acres?
Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. It doesn't mean necessarily is, but it's just a very weird looking patch of land. Doesn't really look like.
I guess if I was doing really evil shit and I wanted to remove a body, I would probably incinerate it, honestly, and then just scatter it into the dirt. You know what I mean?
Right.
You never.
No, I get that.
Like, nobody's out there to see you do it either. So why would you like melt it or bury it when you can just burn it?
No, I mean you bring up some very valid concerns. I'm not gonna lie and say I understand anything behind this.
I mean,
it's just very interesting.
Assuming if they're sex trafficking women and
children.
Also somehow doing incestuous. Oh yeah, children. Incestuous, like so you can eat them and grape them. Like the cannibalism is really. Because the other stuff is believable, but the cannibalism, like, really?
What makes you not believe the cannibalism?
It's not that I don't believe it. If somebody showed me evidence, I for sure would believe it. I'm more willing to believe the victims saying that there was cannibalism for sure.
Yeah.
It's just so far fetched to think that there's not only is there a child sex trafficking ring, but also a cannibalism ring too. It's crazy.
I mean, I think the idea is that the fact that it's like an elite cabal of billionaires who are all empowered through their money to get away with doing crazy shit like this means that they're able to do, well, all kinds of crazy shit like this, even wilder shit than we would have thought possible.
Go back to that property. What's on that property?
This one?
Yeah, that little thing. What is that?
This is a big old silo of some kind. Maybe it's a giant barrel of sulfuric acid.
It could just be water storage.
No, it's probably is just water storage or grain storage. Though it is interesting that it's got a bunch of tracks leading out from it. But that, I suppose, could just be some artifact of the fact that this was at one point a working farm. I don't get the feeling that much is ranched on here anymore.
No. Do we know if Epstein purchased the property or built the property? Did he build the ranch?
So, from what I was reading, it looked like he was the one who built the mansion. But it did not say whether or not he built out the other structures on the property.
Huh. Is there any reports of women who have escaped or have been to this ranch, the Zorro Ranch? Or children, I guess. Women now, children then.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Do we have any victim reporting on if they've been to the Zorro Ranch and what's gone on there?
I don't know if we do or not. Let me look.
Because we have children now, women have been to the island.
I'm looking. I'm gonna have to get off here soon, though. I'm fucking getting tired of shit.
You only had 2 people. You gotta get one more person. You get one more person.
Yeah.
Three's a party.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. It's like, I don't have to listen to this, nobody.
That's not exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, it's fair. Like, no, I don't.
It had a very TJ ring to it, didn't it?
Yeah. No, he would have said, "Fuck you."
You're right. You're right. He wouldn't have been hesitant about it. 100%. 100%. Okay, so let's see. Share this tab and said, so multiple victims and survivors have reported abuse and trafficking at Zorro Ranch, according to court filings, testimony, and public records. So a Jane Doe, one of the first accusers to testify at Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, described being summoned to Epstein's bedroom at the ranch where she alleged he assaulted her with a device and demanded a massage that he wanted to be sexual.
I'm trying to get that link from. Does Kyle put where he gets his information in the link?
I don't know.
Because I want to know where he's getting this incinerator. The service extended to medical waste management with specific protocols for biohazard incinerators and certified inventory of evidence. So they're basically building biohazard incinerators at ICE detention places, either for dirty sullied diapers and stuff like that, or I'm assuming what people are referring to is Nazis and burning like dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm reading about the ranch itself over here, and it says the ranch includes a large main residence, a pool, a firehouse, offices, a log cabin, and guest houses. The main house or mansion, current address 340 Rancho San Rafael, was built in 1999 in hacienda style. It was designed to accommodate large gatherings and has often been described as sprawling. The ranch's grounds include an airstrip, so we were right, and an antique railroad car and train tracks, remnants of the Frijoles line of the New Mexico Central Railroad. A helipad has been landscaped as a labyrinth garden. Holy shit, okay. Interesting.
Huh.
So, north of the Zorro Ranch is the Cerro Pelon Ranch, where Various movies have been filmed. The Cherapelon Ranch has been owned by fashion designer Tom Ford since 2001. The ranch is surrounded by land owned by the family of former New Mexico Governor Bruce King in the state of New Mexico. Members of the King family also appear in Epstein's little black book of contacts, and Epstein donated money to the son of Bruce King, former Attorney General of New Mexico Gary King.
Dude,
Holy shit.
It is all connected.
Oh my God. So Bruce King was an American businessman and politician who, for 3 non-consecutive 4-year terms, was the governor of New Mexico, a member of the Democratic Party. He was the longest-serving governor. So once again, when people tell you that this covers all sides of the political aisles, this is an example of how. So, yeah. Oh my God, that is crazy. So basically, not only did Epstein own this ranch, but he was in good with the family that owned the land around him, and because of their position within the state government, controlled the land that they didn't own.
Yeah, all of his buddies that were there, they donated to or donate to him, owned land in the same spot.
Yeah, so he basically had So honestly, I'll be kind of surprised if this investigation does end up turning up anything, because it's very likely that this rot could persist through the system. And if these same politicians or people that were connected to them are still part of the power structure, they may put the kibosh on this investigation in a way that prevents it from finding anything meaningful.
Epstein controlled the property through a shell company called Zorro Trust, later renamed Cypress. The 10,000 acres include 1,200 acres leased from the Land Commission of New Mexico.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. You know, it's just
holy shit.
It's just like Elon. He wants to sire more children with more of the population, because he believes in higher population, more smart people. He wants to impregnate as many women as possible. Why is it that he's connected to Epstein? Epstein wants to do the exact same thing.
Yeah. Holy shit. Some of the celebrity visitors included Woody Allen and Sunyi Previn.
I mean, it might have been one of those things where you have to be there to stay within the clique. You know what I mean? Like all these famous people kind of go to the same places and show up for like balls and things and gatherings.
Yeah.
I mean, just because you see somebody's name there doesn't necessarily mean they're guilty. But I don't understand. What do you do when the system itself is corrupted? And taking down the system will also take down the democracy of your country.
Do what?
Like, what do you do when the system itself is corrupted? And if you take out all the people, the whole democracy may come down. It's easy to say, oh, we'll just put something else up. But will the powers that be allow that to happen? Like, will anything come of this? Some people will be arrested, for sure. But want to just disappear?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think that it probably will end up getting squashed, end up being turned into just another part of the 24-hour news cycle. It'll be a political football. There will be promises to do something about it from differing parts of the political aisle. But, I mean, I think that that's what's most likely to happen. I don't want that to happen. I want people to use this as a fulcrum moment, and I think they could. I think that this could be something, and I don't think it would endanger democracy, even if you did, even if you concede the fact that this would end up locking up tons of people that have been very important to the operation of the country for the last 50 years. There are tons of people who aren't implicated in this kind of corruption that are within the system, that are kept around as useful idiots for the darker impulses of the party. But if those darker impulses were cut off, if they were actually brought to justice, then the people with an interest in actually governing could, they could take over.
Speaking of like governing, like we may not be able to remove some people, but we can sure stop people from getting into power that is on these lists. If
Right.
if anybody tries to run for election of whatever sort, and they are found to be part of this list, then just don't vote for them and tell them to kick rocks.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see here. In the years following Epstein's death, the ranch remained largely unused until it was sold to San Rafael Ranch LLC for an undisclosed sum, rumored to be far lower than the asking price in 2023. The ranch was purchased by the family of Texas businessman and politician Don Huffins. Huffins, a former GOP state senator from Dallas, is running a high-profile controller. Let's see here. So basically, Don Huffins has purchased this ranch under the exact same framework that Epstein purchased the ranch way back when, under an LLC, to for tax purposes, no doubt, and to shield his own involvement, although it hasn't been effective in that regard. So in 2026, the New Mexico Legislature's House prepared an investigatory committee due to files released under the Transparency Act that alleges there are buried bodies on the land. So yeah, there are bodies buried somewhere on this fucking ranch. Of that, I have no doubt. Will anything come of the investigations into that? I don't know.
And like, I don't just from optically, why would somebody ever put their name on something to try to purchase a property from somebody like Epstein? I mean, it just you're going to know you're going to be found out for one. I don't understand what the point is.
I think there's a way you could do it that wouldn't be suspect. Like if you did it and then instantly was like, "Hey, I want the FBI to investigate this place. I'm not gonna do a fucking thing with this property until a thorough investigation has been done." I think if you did some, in fact, I think if somebody like did something like that, they'd be considered a philanthropist in a way for like forcing the government's hand and making them look into something.
Well, if I had the money, I would have a fully investigated picture. Give it back to the native population.
Sorry, train going by.
No problem. I would basically have a fully investigated, pictured, tear it down, and then give it back to the native people. Whatever sect of natives live there, probably give it back. I mean, what else can you do with it? No, I mean, I guess if it's just horrible.
It is. I really don't know what to say about it other than it's just, it reminds me of that. There was this one time a couple years back when Paul was getting very sick of doing flash fried. It was before they transitioned to onion nuggets. And it was when the news was it was real bad. I don't remember what was going on. But he was like, it's just like, what do you guys want from me? Wow, this sucks. Wow, that's bad. Wow, that sucks. And it's just, I've never related to him more than I do lately, reading about this Epstein shit, because ultimately, Matt, I feel the same way that you do. I don't think anything's going to happen to these motherfuckers. And that's what pisses me off about it.
Right. I mean, if France has anything to do about it, they're going to be investigating anybody who in France that had any part of it. And hopefully either put them in prison or if they have a death penalty, whatever.
It'd be nice if some of that would slop on over here and they'd be forced to fucking prosecute some of these people because of there are ways where if France and that's why these other countries, I hope we continue to prosecute Epstein associates and shit, because the more of them get prosecuted and the more their testimony becomes public, the more pressure we can put on the U.S. government to actually fucking hold the power structures here accountable.
Right. Well, they can make it so anybody that steps in France or anything that France controls, that they are arrested and detained.
Right.
And then hopefully prosecuted.
Right. I mean, hell, they could, it could get to a point where there's lots of Epstein associates that can't leave the fucking United States because they'll just get arrested by Interpol. And at that point, the pressure is more intense than it could be at any other point.
Well, I hope that all of Europe does it, so they're forced to stay in America and they can't go anywhere. Can't
Yeah,
go anywhere.
100%.
And as I was saying in the chat, the United States optics is. I mean, you think Vietnam was worse as optically?
Me?
Yeah, like
Um, yeah,
man,
no, I think that Vietnam probably was worse optically than what's been going on in recent times because what was happening in Vietnam was like up to that point some of the most tragic and obvious human depravity that had been committed against other human beings up to that point. Like I think a lot of the reason why the optics aren't that bad these days is because a lot of the stuff that we're doing has been more or less normalized over the years. And so even though it
right,
might actually be worse in some ways, although I don't actually think it's worse in consequence, I think that the carpet bombing of Southeast Asia with napalm was probably on
right,
a worse policy decision than the mass deportations. Neither of them is good, but one of them
right,
I think is undisputably worse. And I think that is part of it, but I also think that like as depravity becomes normalized, instances of it become less notable for being depraved.
right. So
And we've normalized depravity.
if we go back to like, if we were to give anything to Trump, do you think the world has taken advantage of America at all? Because I know that America's taken advantage of the world for sure. But do you think with stuff with tariffs, um, if we were to give anything to Trump, is there any truth to any of it?
Um, hmm.
Like, are we getting a raw deal, the American people?
I think the American people are definitely getting a raw deal, but we're not getting a raw deal from other countries. We're getting a raw deal from our own capitalists. Like, we're getting a raw deal from our own capitalists and corporate influence over our policies. Like, ultimately, we could figure out ways either through widening the social safety net or by engaging in economic protectionism to stop the bad effects of other countries taking our jobs or other countries having better trade policies or whatever. Like there are things we could do to ameliorate that. We don't do them because we have so much to gain, or our billionaires have so much to gain by continuing to export jobs overseas, by continuing to um, make America's economy a more abstract thing. So I think we're getting fucked over, but it's by the capitalists and the stockholders and the stock traders, not necessarily like Chinamen,
Right. I do think capitalism is runaway capitalism. Clearly, people's paychecks are not counting for inflation. Things
Right,
cost more, even though they're made cheaper in other countries, which is crazy.
right,
We're tariffing them, but they're just putting that price onto the American people. It's just making it worse for us.
right.
Nothing has gotten cheaper. Like like to all the Republicans saying that we put them in to make stuff cheaper. Things are getting better. I haven't seen anything be cheaper.
Yeah, nothing has gotten cheaper. If anything, grocery prices have continued to rise.
Like gas in California, which is I think I'm not exactly sure why gas is so expensive. I'm sure there's a reason, but it's like $4 and change in California. At one point, at the height, it was like 7 something, which is crazy.
You say it's down to 4 or something?
I think so. Let me check where I live at least.
I'm about to say that's pretty cheap compared to what California was when I was there.
It's $4.85 a gallon where I live.
Dude, it was fucking $7.65 a gallon when I was out there.
Yeah, you're probably thinking that's the highest it's ever been. It's so much. Well, in that region, in places like San Francisco or LA, it's always been really high. LA gas prices have always been crazy.
Well, I wasn't in LA. I was on the Central Coast, but that could explain it too.
It's actually a little bit cheaper in LA. It's like 10 cents cheaper.
Huh.
You sound like you're losing your voice and you're tired.
I am. My name is fucking Phoebe Queen, and I'm gonna be fucking hosting a show on CNN, and I'm gonna use my vocal fry to sell it.
Why CNN?
Because that's where Larry King was.
Oh.
Yeah, you've heard of Larry King Live? Get ready for Phoebe Queen Live. We're going to cover today's socio-political news, commentary, takes from all over the internet, and we're going to do it with the familiar vocal fry voice of your local crazy anarchist trans woman. Are you ready for this today, kids?
Why do you sound like a Jewish grandmother? That's like
because I am a Jewish grandmother.
You like smoking women. Get your mouth.
Gross. Anyway,
there it is.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and head off here. It's been a long ass night, and I need to get off here pretty soon so I can get to bed. I might do another stream tomorrow, though, and have some more call-ins. So maybe we can talk some more tomorrow or something. I don't know.
Oh, we can talk a bunch of shit that we can't change tomorrow, too. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. The great thing about any kind of activism work is that you can always take a break from it. Don't worry, the problem will be there when you get back.
Yeah. What's the point?
Because you got to fight something. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
I guess so. Or is that just what they tell you?
That's what the country song said.
Oh, you gotta believe it. All right, I'll let you do your sign out. I'll get going. I'll see you.
Alrighty. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Well, that was Matt, and that was that, because I am fucking beat. But if you enjoyed this little stream, then tomorrow we can meet. If you want to see more of this pathetic hour, just see your way right through that door to the Phoebe hour. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me as usual. I will see you guys some other time. Bye. Thank you for hanging out with me, Matt. I always appreciate it. Bye-bye.